Okay, so here is another video for you. This is a 2017 Lexus GS 350 rear wheel drive version with pretty low mileage, 56,000 miles only on the clock, and got a complaint. The brakes make weird noises. So pretty much took it out for a drive, and pretty much this is what happens. Cold start, driving is fine, no worries. Driving in city, after the car warms up, after a little bit, brake starts making weird noises. I looked into it, found something weird. Let me show you. Red interior for sport. Look at that. That does not look good. It's wavy. Kind of a lip, but looks bad, right? Let's see the other side. Yeah, that's a fat lip right there. So, there, that might be a reason. Huge fat lip might be a reason your brakes are making noise. Let's fix it. Okay, so we got the jack right here. It's kind of hard to see where we're going to be jacking it up, but behind the splash guard, there is a piece of metal where the jack is going to go, and we can jack up the car. So let me get the jack under there. I'll start pumping. I'll show you later. Okay, so there you go. There's the point of jacking up. It's literally right behind the splash guard. There's like the subframe. That's where I put that on the car. Right here, so right under the door, we have our mount point. Can't really see it, but there it is. That's where the jack point is. So we're going to put the jack over there. Going to do that on the other side. And I'll get back to you once the car is suspended in the air. With the car suspended, we're going to use a 21 mil socket. With the wheel off, I'm now going to turn the wheel so that we have easier access to behind the caliper. Okay, prior to pulling off the caliper, we need to take out the brake pads, which are right here. So we're going to use a pair of pliers just to turn this thing over a little bit, because I need to take the cotter pin off. Cotter pin, there it is. Cotter pin's out. Need to take out the piece of metal since we use pliers. And here are the brake pads. So while these do have quite a bit of life left, I am going to be replacing them. I'll show you here in a moment why I'm replacing them, but let me take off the caliper. To take off the caliper, we have one bolt here, and then there's a second one right here. Both of them are 17 millimeter bolts. Okay, with the two bolts out, there's one second one from the ground. Everything comes off pretty easily at this point. Pull that off, and it just slides off. So now what I need to do is resurface the rotor. The thing is, most shops that do resurfacing, they're not going to touch it if there's a lip. While this is within spec, it's hard to believe, but it isn't in spec, they're not going to touch it because of the lip. I have a feeling they do that because it takes a long time to get rid of the lip. So I'm going to have to manually take the lip off and resurface it myself. So I'm going to get it set up and kind of show you where we're at. Okay guys, so we are all set up on the brake lathe. One thing I'm going to do off video, because it gets really boring, is take off the two grooves, the lips, take off the lips, and then once I actually get to the cutting part, I'm going to put it into a time lapse and you guys can watch the time lapse cut. But like I said, I'm not going to record the lip cutting because it's like super boring and it's super repetitive and you don't really see that much results that quick. So give me a moment and I'll get back to you. I'll set it up on a time lapse and we'll get going. So let me show you why I'm replacing the brake pads. You see this? This I resurfaced last week. This video is becoming a two-part, like There's two parts. This is my second shooting actually. I shot the first part, it became too dark. But pretty much this is what the brakes look like. Pads are fine, it's just they have very uneven wear, and as you can see where it's eating out. This is all good. And these two lines are eaten out. So I need to replace the brake pads. They still have plenty alive, but they are so destroyed that they are eating the brakes unevenly, and that's not something we want. So brake pads gotta go. And there we go. So the surface, the rotor is resurfaced. You can see there's some dark spots, but overall it's extremely smooth. So we're done there. I'm gonna take it off the truck and I'll see you back at the car.